Have you ever pondered about the true essence of humility and selflessness? Today we're diving into the profound wisdom of Philippians, penned by the Apostle Paul. Listen closely to a passage from its second chapter, verses 3 and 4. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interest, but also to the interests of others. So, what does this verse truly mean? How do we practice humility and consider others above ourselves? Firstly, the verse addresses two human tendencies: selfish ambition and conceit. Let's take a moment to understand these two concepts in greater depth. Selfish ambition is the drive to succeed or gain advantage, but with a focus solely on one's own desires, disregarding the needs or feelings of others. It's the person who steps on others to climb the ladder of success, the one who hoards resources without regard to those who might be in need. Selfish ambition can lead to a competitive mindset where winning is the only goal and the cost to others is seen as irrelevant. Conceit, on the other hand, is an inflated sense of self-importance or superiority. It's the belief that one's ideas, opinions, or achievements are superior to those of others. Conceit can lead to arrogance, where one views others as less important or valuable. It's the person who talks over others in a meeting, who dismisses the ideas of others without consideration, who believes they are always right. Now, why does the verse highlight these tendencies? Because they can have negative impacts on relationships and society. Selfish ambition can lead to conflict and competition, where people are treated as obstacles rather than fellow human beings. Conceit can lead to a lack of empathy, where others' feelings and experiences are dismissed or belittled. In a society ruled by selfish ambition and conceit, cooperation and empathy suffer. People become isolated, focusing only on their own needs and desires. In such a society, the common good is often overlooked in favor of personal gain. The verse, therefore, encourages us to steer clear from these tendencies. But it doesn't just stop there. It doesn't merely tell us what not to do, but also guides us towards a more positive way of living. So let's delve deeper into the next part of the verse. Next, we see the verse advocating for humility and considering others more significant than ourselves. Now, what does this mean? Well, humility in the simplest terms is the quality of having a modest view of one's importance. It's not about thinking less of ourselves, but instead it's about thinking of ourselves less. It's about acknowledging that we are part of a larger picture, a grander tapestry, and every thread has its unique importance. But how does humility relate to counting others more significant than ourselves? It's not about diminishing our worth, but elevating the worth of others. This is not a call to self-deprecation, but a call to appreciation. Appreciating the value, the worth, the significance of those around us. Imagine you're part of a choir. Each voice matters, from the highest soprano to the deepest bass. Your voice is important, yes, but so is the voice of the person next to you. The harmony created isn't just about your voice, it's about all the voices blending together. That's humility and counting others more significant, acknowledging the role and value of others in creating harmony. Now, why is this important? This mindset fosters unity and love. When we value others, when we acknowledge their significance, we create a bond of mutual respect and understanding. We foster a sense of community and togetherness. We create an environment where everyone feels valued, where everyone feels seen. Think about a team where every member values the other. There's a powerful synergy at work there. Each person's strengths are recognized, appreciated, and utilized. There's a shared understanding that the team's success isn't just about one person's contribution, but about the collective effort of all. That's the power of humility and counting others more significant. Indeed, humility and valuing others more are virtues that build harmony, but there's more to the verse. Finally, the verse calls us to look not only to our own interest, but also to the interests of others. This is a profound call to empathy and consideration, yet it's often misunderstood. You see, looking to the interests of others doesn't mean neglecting ourselves or our own needs. It's not about self-sacrifice to the point of self-depletion. Instead, it's about widening our perspective to include the needs and interests of others. It's about balancing our desires with the desires of those around us. It's about realizing that we're not islands unto ourselves, but interconnected beings who impact and are impacted by one another. Imagine a world where everyone is tuned into the needs of those around them, where Consideration and empathy are not the exception but the norm. It's a world where we understand that our actions have ripple effects, and we consciously strive to make those ripples positive. Looking to the interests of others is about fostering a sense of community, of shared responsibility and mutual respect. It's about recognizing that we all have a role to play in creating a kinder, more compassionate world. So looking to the interests of others enriches our relationships and communities. But what's the overall message here? Now that we've unpacked Philippians 2:3-4, what's the take-home message? In the heart of this verse, we find a profound call to humility, selflessness, and consideration for others. It implores us to step away from the pedestals of selfish ambition and conceit, and instead invites us to embrace a lifestyle of humility. It urges us to count others as more significant than ourselves, a concept that may seem counterintuitive in a society often centered around self-promotion and personal gain. Moreover, the verse doesn't just ask us to put others first, it asks us to genuinely consider their interests, not just our own. This isn't about neglecting our needs, but about expanding our perspective to include the needs of others. In a world where self-interest often takes precedence, this verse challenges us to live differently, to live with humility, valuing others above ourselves, and considering their interests alongside our own.